Welcome to part 2 of my Charming Day card class featuring the Flora Charm Suite by Stampin' Up! With the Charming Day bundle and the gorgeous Flora Charm Designer Series paper. This is definitely my favorite piece in the whole pack. I just love the color combinations of it. But before I forget, there's a free card kit available while supplies last for this class. You have all the details for that. There's a link in the description of this video where you can find all about it. But yeah, let's get into stamping. So let me put that away and I'll set my card aside for a little bit so it's not, put that over here so it's not getting smushed. So if you decide to get my card kit, this is how it will be mailed to you. You have all the bits and pieces in high quality Stampin' Up! Envelope, so you can stamp and decorate that as well, matching your card. And then we have our basic white thick cardstock card base. Then we have some Mossy Meadow cardstock over here. And let's see, that's probably getting a little bit dark here, but maybe that's just my camera angle. And then of course we have the Designer Series paper that will go on here. And then I have a few more pieces. I die cut a square from the Stylish Shapes dies, a piece of basic white for stamping, and then you'll have a piece. I'll just use my scrap here so you'll look a little bit nicer to die cut our branch. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll die cut. Oh, let's actually do that when after we're done stamping. So and then we'll have to die cut a leaf here, and I think that's it. Then I already have my shape. So let's run these together. So again, what you see here is exactly how you will get it in my card kit. So I'll place that in my die cutting machine. I'll do that off camera here real quick. So and then oops, so we have a little piece here still from card number 1. So let me just poke that out. Sometimes it's hard to see, but there we go. There's that little piece. Okay. So in the first card, I die cut this intricate branch from basic white cardstock, and then we colored it with a blending brush to give it a really nice like colored effect. Oops, sorry. I'm just moving everything. I might have to tape down my mat here so it's not wobbling around as I'm die cutting. Okay, so we have our shape here. Oh, I almost ripped it. And then we have our piece here. Okay, so let me just get that into place. Okay, so I need my take your pick tool to get this out. So, and as you can see, I die cut it from the Designer Series paper, and without any further coloring or whatever, I have this gorgeous texture here on my die cut branch for my card. So we can put that aside, and let's poke this friend out. I love that this suite, like there's lots of different types of flowers and different types of leaves and branches, foliage. So let's see, where's my cap? I don't want to accidentally poke myself. Okay, so those are my pieces there. We'll put that aside. Okay, and now let's do some stamping. I'm going to bring in some early espresso. And I'm going to take my little flower here, ink that up, and stamp that right here. Okay, and while I have that out, I'm bringing in my sentiment. Thanks for being you. And I'm going to stamp that here on my square. So inking that up in the same color, early espresso. Now let's hope I can get that on here straight. Oh, perfect. I love it when it works out on camera, especially with the cling mount stamps because you can't see through them. Photopolymer, you know, that's easier. So we'll let that dry for a second. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and color this. I'm going to bring in some scrap paper because I never trust those Stampin' Bloods not bleeding through. So I have some light mossy meadow here, and I'm going to color in my leaves. I'm not going to make a big fuss about this because I want to keep it nice and easy. So just going around with that brush tip. And since Stampin' Blends, this alcohol ink will bleed out or spread out a little bit. I mean, that's how you get that nice effect, right? I'm not coloring all the way to the edge, especially not on video. I mean, that's just asking for mistakes to happen. So, you know, coloring over the lines and such. Okay, just adding a little bit texture there. Yeah, when I get quiet, that's how you can tell I'm focusing. So, and then one more leaf, and then we'll do our petals. And of course you can, if you stamp this and stays on, you could watercolor this. There's so many techniques, coloring techniques you could use with this bundle. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm bringing in Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to pull that from the Designer Series paper. So let's start with the light one. So I'm just going to go over it here a little bit. I'm sorry if I'm not talking. Okay. So then I'll just bring in a little bit of the dark Blackberry Bliss. Oh, there you go. Colored over my line there. Badly, but it's okay. So you can see, I'm just doing some. All right, now I'm trying to think what I did in the middle there, but I think I'll just leave it like that. I'll just leave it white because some of these flowers, they have no color in the middle. And now I'll bring in my light one again and just kind of blend this out a little bit. I mean, really, no need to make this complicated. All right, here we go. And we'll just leave it like that. Or we could try, let's see if I can find my color lifter. Let's see how much magic it can do. So what it does, it pushes back. Ugh, I feel like it's just making it worse. It's pushing back the color. So that's why you want to go like lightly on it, little by little, as you can see. Okay, so I think I'll leave it at that. That'll be fine. I'm not even sure if you can see that on camera, but yeah, I know it's gonna bother me, so I might switch out this this one piece at the end since it's the top layer. So then we're going to cut this out. Let me just find some tape here on my die cutting machine. So lining that up. Okay, and I want a little bit more tape there, so I'll run that through my machine. I'll try and not make the table shake too much. Come on, move out. My plate is stuck. All right, there we go. All right, and there's our die cut shape. Isn't it nice to have matching dies for the stamps so you don't have to fussy cut? Definitely not a fan of fussy cutting, but that's okay. All right, now let's go ahead and assemble our card. So we'll use some seal, Stampin' Seal all around. Okay, just on our mossy metal layer here. All right, and so I prefer to use Stampin' Seal on designer series paper to glue that down, but then I prefer liquid glue on cardstock because cardstock is, I mean, obviously it's thicker than designer series paper, so if you have some, you know, bulky streaks of ink there, adhesive, then it's not going to bother. It's not going to show through, but with designer series paper that can happen. All right, so just going to put that on there. Oh, I just love it. I mean, I would just a card like that would make me happy. I'm definitely like I'm guilty of paper hoarding. So, but I'm training myself to be better with using it and sharing that beautiful paper with other people. So, okay, there we go. I have a little bit like a fuzzy edge there. You can tell, that's how you can tell it's high on summer now in southeast Missouri because of that extra humidity. I'm sure other people with very high humidity weather can relate that, you know, when you cut your paper, it's getting a little bit tricky with the fibers. All right, so then we're going to glue this down with some dimensionals. It's time to finish up this card because on this channel we're all about sweet and simple, quick and easy. So, and I'll put one in the middle. That should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that one wants to get back on the card, but no. Okay, one more. And then you can decide. I mean, I stamped my sentiment over here, so of course you could stamp it over here and then place it here. I'll stick with my card design this way. So trying to get an even space here and here. Okay. And then I'm bringing in my little applicator bottle. And this one is a little bit tricky. Let's see. Okay, before we make a mess, let's bring in our trusty silicone mat. So you probably, I mean, it's hard for me to see where that adhesive is going. Of course, you could put some adhesive sheets here on here before you die cut it. I just don't want to mess with that, so I'm just gonna use it like this. Okay, whoops. Oh, I think I actually trimmed it off a little bit there. I forgot to tell you that. So, like that, snip. So that's gonna be covered up by our, oh, I think I went way higher. Okay, guess who's making a mess now? All right, we'll put it there. That's okay. So, yeah, that looks good. I might have to trim that off a little bit. Okay, and then we have our mossy meadow greenery here. So I'm just going to put some on that stem. And let's see where we're going to put our flower. So we're just going to lay that on here. Okay, and then here I'm just going to go ahead and put it all over. So we don't have to be careful with that. Just some adhesive all over. Okay. And let's see here. So as you can see, I'm not using dimensionals on here. Okay, don't overthink it, right? So, but I'm going to snip that off down there. That's just kind of bothering me. So, and of course I had adhesive on that. Ah, that's okay. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to trim this off. Just put a little bit adhesive there. Come on, friend. And we'll just tuck it under here. So we're still using that and we're fixing that. And nobody knows. And it still looks pretty. And there you go. That is card number 2 in the Charming Day card class with Anna von Lucy paper crafts. Let me bring in my first card. Check the video description for all the details on the free card kit that I offer, and it also has a great PDF tutorial. And I forgot to mention actually in the previous video, the PDF tutorial also comes with 2 bonus cards that I'm not showing here on YouTube, so that's exclusive to the people who get the class kit. And yeah, stick around to watch card number 1 if you missed that one. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.